And rebuffs. Drink. Easy 2 gold, 79 silver. Vendora green weapon. Spirit. Spear ward. Yeah, maybe we go down here. There is a path down here. So maybe we go down here from the left. And we will end up... No, we need to jump. The balconies... One of the balconies with the troll mini-bosses. We jump from there down to the very last part of the dungeon. And we need to clear the whole place down there. I'm not paying that much attention to the chat, by the way, on the stream. The stream chat. A little bit more like gameplay commentary style. Maybe to put this on YouTube. And for the rest of the time, obviously, most of the time it's more streaming style. The hunter wanted some meat, 35 plus, probably to feed the pet. Does this work? I think that is 35 plus meat. So now from here we jump and we start clearing all of this we need to clear. If we don't clear it, they automatically come when we pull one of the bosses. I think that's how it worked. All the dragons need to be cleared. Oh shit, did he fall? Wait, he jumped in a place where he didn't aggro anything. Did you dismiss pet? Did you dismiss pet? Okay. You always have to... Okay, he did dismiss pet. I was late. I need to ask this earlier. It's useless to ask now. But now I remembered it. After the fact. Imagine he didn't dismiss the pet, because that happens. That happens to a lot of groups. The pet will bring us a surprise. Suddenly you see the whole dungeon coming. $20 spirit, wow, what a chest. But I have chest with good spirit and spell power. One thing I didn't show at the start was my gear, actually. Sometimes I mention with more detail, sometimes I mention very briefly my gear and my talents and everything in these dungeon runs that I intend to upload on the YouTube. But this time I forgot the gear. So it's a late one, but I already mentioned I have spirit on every item, so there's not much to show. Yeah, Dreamweave, 3 item Dreamweave crafted from tailoring. I'm still using them. They are for level 40, 45. They give spirit, intellect and spell power and healing. From my first Sunken Temple run I got this neck, 15 spirit. That was one upgrade for me. Spirit, stamina, spirit from Sunken Temple, again cloak. This is the Dreamweave crafted, like I said. Spirit, stamina, spirit, intellect stuff I bought from the auction house. It's BOE. It costed like 17 gold. A lot of spirit, 26 spirit on that. I was immediately like, yep, I want it. And yeah, spirit, stamina, spirit, intellect, boots, stamina, spirit, pants, spirit, stamina, intellect, all 3 stats. Spirit, stamina, and intellect, spirit that I just got from here. My spirit right now with the 25 from Blasted Lands buff. And 8 well fed. I have 308 spirit right now. So that's why I'm regening so much. And 25% of my spirit gives me spell power and healing through the spiritual guidance talent, so getting good amount of okay. I'm not an undead, so no one sleep here, but I do have fear ward that I'm forgetting to put on people. That's why we have 2 dispellers. Nice. If we didn't have 2 dispellers here and I get slept for 20 seconds, that's tank has gotta use HP pot if he has HP pot. Okay, everything is fear warded. Pet still has 6 minutes. Only I'm not fear warded. But if mobs are gonna fear, I think they do melee range fear. Yeah, any dragon not killed, they are saying it in the group chat, any dragon not killed pulls on the last boss. When we fight the last boss, the Shade of Eranicus. I need to more like do this here. Fish for finishing kills, finishing blows with Holy Nova on the small non-elite whelps rather than Holy Fire. But like I mentioned, Holy Fire always has been a cheap way. It's my lowest mana cost damage ability. Mind Blast is what, 310? I don't think it's my last rank of Mind Blast. Holy Fire is 230 mana. Smite is 280. Shadow Word Pain is almost 400. It's the most expensive. There we go. So Holy Fire is a cheap way of getting mana, of doing damage. Almost got the last hit on that. Send a fat prayer of healing there. Well, at level 16 dungeons, I don't think I will have Spirit Tap anymore, so all of that will be forgotten. All of that will be in the past. But for dungeons, it's actually really fun to heal as... I think it's even more fun to heal dungeons as as a priest than like endgame. Like leveling dungeons might be more fun. I wouldn't disagree if someone said that. I like endgame too, but dungeons are fun because you can be like more active. In endgame it's just healing, but in the leveling dungeons it's damage, mana efficiency. Oh, this is the boss that we summon with the egg. Someone said they have the egg. The egg that you get from a Hinterlands quest. You need to do Hinterlands Elite quest, and then it gives you an egg that you summon this boss right here in Sunken Temple. Yeah, it's going to be summoning Elite. and it's going to drop blood. So whoever loots the blood, we just need to click the fires. We need spirit buff as shadow prot. Okay, he's doing it. We click the torch. Don't have shadow protection, but oh. I'll take a mana pot here. Finish buffing shadow prot. They put corruption as I can see, so that can be absorbed with the shadow protection. Maybe I get nope, didn't get last hit. Didn't get any of this. We do have time to drink as well, so it's no problem. Two of us have serious mana issue at the moment. Actually, only me, never mind. The priest was wanting, I thought he needs mana. Take a food buff for spirit as well. In the meantime. Maybe I can snipe this. Sniped. Snipe that one too. In this case, activate the mana regen here with a little bit of spirit tap regen. A couple ticks. This one is me. I carry blood on the flame. You know how this encounter would have been harder? If we never left combat, for example, I would need to be very mana efficient. Right now I can do whatever. This encounter is easy because mobs are easy to kill. We can drink in between. If the spawn rate was faster, or we somehow never left combat, or the mobs were buffed, or HP and shit, this would be a harder event. This is supposed to be like an event, you know. A lot of fade. The difference between doing dungeon with druid, tank and warrior. With warrior you're pressing a lot more fade. I was trying to snipe the kill. Couldn't snipe it. Druid tank has more AoE threats, so a little bit of space left for some more trash. I can give this for the hunter pet. It's exactly level 35. You wanted 35 plus. Feed the little broken tooth. Wait, it's actually broken tooth. That's such a rare mob. You gotta be super lucky to find it, yeah? A lot of hunters have this pet. I think the biggest strength about it is the attack speed is so fast. It attacks every 0.8 or something like that. Less than a second attack speed. And I can tell you it's very annoying in PvP when they use it, because I play priest and the pushback is real. It's constant fucking pushback. You can't do anything. It's annoying.
I draw closer to your world. Die, mortals.
Alright, there is the boss. I think this guy mind controls as well, but I don't know if it can be dispelled. It can be, yes. Ah, the staff drop. Whoa. This guy drops 2 green items, 2 blue items, wow. So this is the cape I got in the first ST run, so 50 in spirit, intellect and stamina, good. And then we got this one. Minus 10 spirit, but plus 18 spell power. This seems good, 18 spell power and healing. Earlier I sacrificed some spell power for stats, but only 8 spell power or so. Here the spell power will be more. If the Shadow Priest needed it though, I will leave it for him. Oh, he's using Scarlet Monastery thing. Okay. He's using Scarlet Monastery stuff. Grats. I have I will use it here. No, wait, no reason to save it. Another 1 hour of 25 spirit. The Blasted Lands quest, it gave me 1 hour buff on finishing the quest, and then it gave me one more cheese or whatever that was. That looked like cheese. For another hour of the spirit buff, so... More spirit, more spell power, more regen, more pump. Yeah, if the priest was still using illusionary or rod from library SM, then imagine this upgrade feels good now. Level 49 stuff. Mine is level 49 stuff as well. For Shadow Priest at level 50, 55 plus might start being worth it to have more spell power things than that focused on stats. Super focused on stats, but at some point obviously healing becomes better. End game for sure. I got spirit tap here. That was actually no reason to use that fade, but I'll DPS the skull if I'm gonna DPS. Look at this, I even have 2 points on Silent Resolve, something I don't use at something that is not useful when I'm leveling, when I'm questing by myself. But just cause my dungeons, because I do damage and I have a renew on tank, so it's damage and healing aggro. Both damage and healing generate a lot of threat, so I'm doing both. Do I need to mana pot here? Yeah. I have 6 mana pots, just use one and now it's a stack of 5. These mana pots are really cheap on the auction house as well, so bringing mana pots to the dungeon something some of the best things you can do actually. You drink less, you go more consistently. You don't slow the group drinking, you know. The warrior is pulling all by himself. Let's go. One heal and I got aggro. The other priest is using mana also on some non-damage abilities. That's why the damage may feel low sometimes, and he runs uber fast. He shielded the rogue here, I think. Unless I shielded and I immediately forgot, but I don't remember shielding the rogue. Yeah, the Vampiric Embrace is starting to catch up a little bit. I have 132k healing done and 154k damage done. So more damage than healing done so far in the dungeon for me. It's big brain move. Think about it. If I help with the damage, it costs me mana, but helping with the damage kills the mobs faster, and that means less healing. If they die faster, they are hitting my tank less. I got the snipe on 2 mobs here. Do you know what would be a really big buff on Spirit Tap? It would be so good if they made it in Classic Plus or whatever. Spirit Tap can stack. Like, for example, it doesn't necessarily have to refresh the duration, but stack. So if you get a second snipe on a mob, you get 2 Spirit Taps. And that doubles your spirit, and then it triples your spirit, and then quadruple your spirit. You know, that would be a very good buff. And at the same time, it's not an over buff, because I'm saying it should not reset the timer, go back to 15 seconds when you get a second snipe on a mob, but just start a second Spirit Tap from 15 seconds again. Your first Spirit Tap may have only 2 seconds left, so it just expires, then you have 1 left. That would be such a fun buff. And when you're questing and killing mobs, you just go like this. Sometimes maybe you get 2 Spirit Tap. You can pull 2 mobs, kill them at the same time, get double the Spirit Tap. Maybe it's a little bit of an over buff, I don't know. If it is an overbuff, then it can be that the additional Spirit Taps you get, they have half the value. We could make it so the first one doubles your spirit, 100% to your spirit. The second stack of Spirit Tap gives you 50% to your increase to spirit, something like that. But I think that would be a fun buff. So the tank is doing it very well here. He's pulling them all the way back because these are the mobs that fear. And I have fear warded everyone. There it is, casting fear right there. He casted it into fear ward. Another casting fear. And the other thing we need to be careful with the spirit. The spirits cannot be killed, we just need to kite them. They don't one shot, but they do like 300 damage per tick. Wait, did the hunter just kill it? They are immune. Maybe it expired. They do like 300 damage per tick per hit, so if you have 2-3 hitting you fast, it could be scary. So in case somebody gets feared, you don't want to get feared into the other packs, you know. Oh, it's hitting me. Line of sight. Okay, this guy has a wall hack. Spirit up the rogue. I mean, fear ward the rogue. I think the rogue got maybe a snipe. Yeah. Who doesn't have fear ward that can get feared? The pet. On top of that, the fear that they cast is dispellable, by the way, so like you can even dispel it. It's not a big deal, but just in case. The mobs need to be pulled far back and the tank is doing it well so far. Yeah, 290 per hit. Really not much, but you have a few of them. Not even gonna dispel that Shadow Word pain there, it doesn't hurt. Just heal it through. Something I forgot to mention this whole time. I have mentioned it before when my tank was a warrior. Actually, even if your tank is a druid in bear form, you don't want to shield them because you want them to take more damage so they get more rage. More rage for them means more threat. They can spam more abilities that do threat, so... If you shield your warrior, he may be nice and tell you don't shield me. He also may yell at you and say don't fucking shield me, man, are you a noob? He may say something like that as well. Don't want to shield the warrior. In PvP it's okay to shield warrior though. I remember in PvP it's actually fucks with the enemy warriors. In Warsong Gulch, when I did a bit of pre-made in Classica, it was like playing versus other pre-mates. The warriors were like, you can shield me here, you can shield. Because he charges in and the enemy warriors do damage and it's absorbed, and the enemy warriors are not getting rage from your warrior, so your warrior getting shielded in PvP is okay. Fucks with the enemy warriors, no rage for them. One of the biggest enemies, of course, in PvP of the warriors is a priest. Because of the shield they get less rage. Or they get 0 rage sometimes if they don't crit to kill the shield fast. Sometimes they crit, lucky crits, break the shield fast and then they land more hits and get rage. But if they don't crit, I will just re-shield 10 seconds later again. That's so annoying for a warrior. They get no rage. But in PvE, in a raid encounter on a boss, you can shield the warrior, of course. If the boss is doing some sort of an ability, strong attack. But in dungeons though, shielding a warrior is like only in the case of, oh shit, I'm like, oh shit, pet got feared. No fear ward on pet. Let's give it. I forgot. Shielding a warrior in a dungeon is only like if I'm like, oh shit, why is he dying so fast? What's going on? Shield. Maybe 1 shield per dungeon. Okay, so have 1 minute shadow prot, it's good. He may I have some lips in case he mind controls and attacks me with the mind control. If he mind controls the rogue and attacks me, he can potentially burst me very fast. So I have lip just in case. That's what my tank told me. In my first run of ST, that's what my tank told me. Bring lips, because you may get one shot by the MC. But I don't think anyone got MC'd so far. I haven't even healed. Haven't even healed anyone. Easy. Spirit, 6 stamina, 5 strength. Gotta love the random 5 strength on a cloth item with spirit. Obviously, no need this. I want it on greeding. Greed roll. 76 silver, easy. I don't think there are any more fears now. Oh shit! Oh my god. I went there to the middle, I almost pulled it. This is the guy that knocked Guzu into the... Yeah, there is the knock into the wall, nice. This is the guy that knocked Guzu into the hole down there in the middle. No loot? They share the loot. Weaver, Hazas, Morphas, Dreamsight. They share the items, but it's only a chance to drop one of them. You gotta be lucky as fuck. I laughed so hard when I saw Guzu's death on getting knocked in the middle there. Shit, no loot, man. I think we cleared everything pretty much. So we are good to go for the last boss. We only have 2 more dragons they patrol. Oh my god, we didn't kill this pack. This pack would have gone right into us when we kill. Wait, but this is the way to the last boss, isn't it? Yeah, we have 2 more patrolling. 2 more dragons. Never mind, I was gonna say when we kill last boss this will pull, but this is the path to the last boss, I believe. Ah, I was so close to getting spirit up here. I got spirit up here. Let's regen up. 21 arcane damage, nice. Alright, this is 2 dragons, double knock. Double breath, double knock. Oh god. Look at the healing from the small numbers. The healing from the Shadow Priest. In TBC, I remember in Sunwell, end of TBC, my raid wanted me to spec into improved Vampiric Embrace because of how much it heals. On 2 bosses in Sunwell, I was out healing the healers as a Shadow Priest just by doing damage. Simply by doing damage. So Morphas, for example, healing done. The priest healed it all. Vampiric Embrace. I just did 1 renew, there it is. And Hazas, it was me a little bit more. So the Shadow Priest utility is good. But can't say the same about the damage. But we all know. The standard specs and classes are gonna out DPS everyone. That's Warrior. That's Warrior and Rogue. Gonna out DPS everyone. Shade of Ironicus. Can this guy drop something good? He has an epic sword, by the way. Dragon's Call. But it's 0.19% chance. And a dagger with random enchantment. I don't know, I have the neck from him. This is from him. 50 in spirit, so... Yeah, this boss will banish the main target. The main tank. And then he will attack something else. Either the rogue. Yeah, there is the banish. And now he goes to the second highest threat. Which is the rogue. So I ready to flash heal because he takes fast damage. And the tank is free again. That banish cannot be dispelled, so it's like you just have to heal the person that has second amount of threat. And if it's you, well, shit. Okay, it's on the rogue again. I have mana pot as well, but no need. Yeah, there it is. We have a wand with 55 damage, which is very nice damage. 55 DPS. It's 11 DPS more than mine, but gives no stats. I want very little at this point. I stopped wanding all the time at level 30 or so. Maybe the Shadow Priest. Yeah, he needed it, so good for him. As a Shadow Priest, you kinda want good damage, I think, from wand. But for me, I want stats. My smite just destroys everything. Thank you. There is a quest here to get a trinket that poisons everyone, you know, that drink that is like a gem, green gem type of thing that poisons everyone. I vendor that shit. That was a really smooth and fast run. We never stopped going. Like, it's just go, 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 go. Super, super nice. And I made some gold from auction house a bit. And yeah, that was the Sunken Temple. Overall data 191k damage. Almost the damage of the Shadow Priest, almost. But Shadow Priest still very nice to have in the group. This is hardcore, you know, we are not intending to speedrun. So it's good. And then you have the healing. 161k healing. So he did 1/3 of my healing with Vampiric Embrace. And he shielded 24k absorbed. Absorbed counts as healing on the heal meter, so he shielded people. We wanted to make sure he is as useful as possible.
What are you looking for?
Good utility, good, it's okay. So yeah, that was the Sunken Temple. GG, nice, easy, fast, smooth run. Don't stop going. It was fun one.